Hey y'all, it's me again, Valerie. Welcome back to my yarn room. Yay! Alright, before we get started, I would like to invite anybody who has not already to hit that word subscribe. When you do, give the videos a thumbs up, share them if you can, and leave me a comment. Alright, I got this pretty pattern here. And if you'll notice, it's got a front post here, a front post here, a front post here, 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 and here, and here. So they're staggered. Alright. And it don't look the same on the front as it does the back. Okay, this is the front. This is the back. Completely different. Okay. Y'all want to learn how to do this stitch? It is called the Alpine stitch. Alright, give me just a second and I'll get my stuff together and we'll get started on it. Okay. Now, I'm just working with a worsted weight acrylic yarn, and I've got my handy dandy Clover J10 6mm crochet hook. Now, before we get started, I would like to say that this stitch does have a tendency to curl, you know, kind of like the Tunisian simple stitch or the Tunisian knit stitch. It likes to curl because you're doing a lot of front posts on this. So, I'm going to show you a couple of ways, or I'm going to tell you right now one way you can stop it from, or help prevent it from curling. Alright, one way you can do it is, okay, the yarn that I'm using calls for a 5mm crochet hook. Well, I'm using a 6. So, that's one way you can prevent it from curling is to go up a hook size. Just like the Tunisian stitches that I taught. Okay, another way that you can help prevent it from curling is loosen up on your tension. Make your stitches loose. So, we're going to start, oh, and it's done in an even chain. Okay. So, we're going to start with an even chain. So, there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just for to show y'all how to do it, we're going to just do 12. Alright, now, y'all know me, I don't like going in the stitch. Because I like having that neat edge right on the bottom of my work, just in case I want to put a border on it. It just makes it so much easier to have the V-stitches on the bottom if you're going to do a border. Okay, so I'm going to go into the second chain from the hook. And I'm going to put a single crochet. Alright, then I'm going to put a single crochet in every single stitch. Now what that's going to do is that's going to give you an odd number. And I'm sorry, but I've got to say, I have watched this stitch being done numerous times by numerous different people. And I can't never get the stitch count right. Because they always say, oh, it's got to be an even number. It's got to be in an even number. Okay? I just said it's got to be an even number. But I got a 1 right here as a turning chain, which is going to give me an odd number of stitches. And that's the only way I've been able to get this pattern to work out right. Alright, but I'm not going to have y'all sit there and watch me do a single crochet all the way down. So, I'll meet you back over here when I get all my singles done. Alright, I got all my singles done. Now, this is where this is, blah, I can't even talk. This is where the pattern actually starts. Okay. It's a few rows that you got to repeat. But this one here is actually not one of the repeat rows. So, I'm at the end, so I'm going to chain one and I'm going to turn. And now, I'm going to go right here in that first stitch where I did that chain one. And I'm going to put a double crochet. And then I'm going to put a double crochet in every single stitch, all the way to the end. Okay? Now, I'll meet you back all the way down here when I get to my last double crochet. Alright, I got my last double crochet. Now, we're going to chain one, and we're going to turn. Y'all going to get tired of this, but this next row, actually, this is your base row for your repeat, okay? And this. Actually, your singles right there is just like a decorative edge, because you want to finish this stitch pattern with a row of singles. Okay, so this actually is your base row right here of doubles. Okay, so you go through and you do a row of single crochets, one in each stitch. This is part of the repeat, okay? Alright, I'll meet you back all the way at the end, because that's all we're doing is just another row of single crochets. Okay, I'm ready to start, because that's all you need to do in the beginning. Alright, now I've chained one. I'm going to chain one more. And I'm going to turn. Now, that chain two, that counts as a double crochet. Okay? Because every other row, you're going to do double crochets. And if you do the chain one and turn, that's what your double crochets is going to look like every single row. So it's going to get fat on one side, and it'll be thin on the other side. So, the chain two right there counts as a double. Alright, you're going to yarn over. You're going to skip that first one. And you're going to do a front post double crochet around that second double crochet. But you want to pull that yarn up. That's another way to stop it from curling. Okay, then you're going to yarn over. You're going to flip your work up. And you're going to see right there. Right there is where you do your stitch. Not here, because that's your front post. You want to do it right here. Okay. Then you want to yarn over and you want to go down here. You're skipping this stitch right here. And you want to do a front post around this one, but pull that yarn up so it don't curl. Okay? Then you're going to yarn over. You're going to turn your work. See that V right there? Well, you don't work in it, because that's where that front post is supposed to be. Okay, so you go right here. And that's the repeat for this row. And then you yarn over. You skip this stitch. Because you did a front post on this one, you skip this one. And then you go into this one and do a front post and pull that yarn up. And you're going to do that all the way around, all the way across. Okay? Turn your yarn and you do just a regular double right here. And then you skip this one, do a front post here, and you got to pull that yarn up. If you don't, it'll definitely curl on you. Skip this one. You want to go into this one and do a regular double. Okay, then you're going to skip this post and you want to do a front post around this one. Oh, I didn't pull that yarn up. Okay, then you want to go in that very last stitch and just do a regular double crochet. Okay, then we're going to chain one. Now, y'all see what that pattern's looking like? Real pretty. We're going to turn our work. Now, we're going to go right there where I did that chain one and put a single crochet. And we're going to put one single crochet in every single stitch. And don't forget to put a single in that chain two, in the top of it. And I'll meet you back before I do my single in that chain two. Okay, now, I've done, because remember I started with a chain of 12. Alright, well I've done, and that one chain right there is turning chain. So I've done 10 single crochets. So now I got to go into the top of that chain two right there. Sometimes it's difficult to get in it. Just work with it. It'll go. Don't worry about it. It's yarn. It's got resilience. All right. Then you want to chain one. Well, actually you chain two. All right. Now, if you want to change colors, you do that on a double crochet row. And then you do your row of singles. And then you go back to a different color, whatever. Okay. Now, the second set of your front post is going to be a little bit different. Okay, so that chain two counts as a double crochet. So, this one right here is the top of a front post. So, in it, we're just going to put a double. Okay, then this one here, this double right here, it's in between two front posts. So, we're going to put a front post around it. We're going to pull it up. And then work our double. Okay, and then we're going to yarn over. We're not going in that one. We're going in the next one. And putting a regular double. So, this row is staggered of the last row. Because you got a front post here, a front post here. Well, you got a front post here in the middle of those two. So, right here, you'll have a front post. And then over this one, you'll have a regular. And then this one here will be a front post. This one will be a regular and a front post. But you want to end this. Like, if you can make it as long as you want it. But you want to end it with a row of single crochets. And that's all it is to the Alpine stitch. All you're doing is on the rows where that you're going in between two, you got two regular double crochets here, and you'll have two on the end. But this is a gorgeous pattern, and it ain't nowhere near the yarn eater that Jasmine stitch is. Oh, that's a doozy. You might use a little, just a tiny bit more yarn on this one because you're doing post stitches, but not even enough really to worry about. But y'all should give this one a try. It's the, like I said, the Alpine stitch. And it's really pretty. Alright, that's going to be all for today. And I will meet y'all back here in the next one for another grand adventure. Right here in Val's Yarn Room. And I truly do love each and every single one of y'all to pieces. And do something nice for somebody, even if it's just a smile. A smile can carry somebody who's having a bad day through the rest of their day with kindness in their heart. So that's why I say that. All right, y'all. Hey, don't forget, tomorrow is Val's Picks. So we'll pick another number from Mr. Bucket to go on our blanket. Or whatever you're doing for Val's Picks. You ain't got to do a blanket. You can do a scarf. Heck, you can do a table runner. Whatever you want. Alright, y'all. I ain't going to keep you no longer. Get your crochet on. Bye, y'all.